I think I saw my microphone. Good evening to everyone on Facebook or TikTok or YouTube. So, day 25 of our wisdom from the book of Proverbs. By the grace of God, we're on day 25. And Yamepa this coming Saturday, 31st of January, na yewie. On Saturday, God willing, we are going to hold the program in the morning at 10 a.m. Myself and one of my beloved sisters for sure will be here with us. I'm hoping that the remaining two other speakers will also be able to join. Now, you're crowning it off, God willing, Saturday. You're at 10 a.m. because Saturday is a very important day in Ghana. You said the new Patriotic Party, MPP, Ekwaku Iwomo flag bearer. It's in Ghana for Bebre. That is where our attention will be. Will be following. It's say yempese yebe mesi bibi entino. Saturday nyamepa yebeba anapa 10 a.m. Na yababe complete your studies on the book of Proverbs. Next year, so we are done. Yeah, how do I say it? Yes, our soldier for them person make can say, yes, our soldier for ya army. That's what I want to say. And ya me pass Saturday, you're crowning it off, and say ya army for the rest of the year. And to bring it on February, we are looking forward to February. We are looking forward to March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November. By the grace of God, December. Until you the whole month of January, 31 days. You the army Kasa with the word of God from the book of Proverbs. Please join us on Saturday, 10 a.m. But watching every day by the grace of God till say Iberi on Saturday. Good evening, John Yamado. Good evening. So let's crack on. To see me free London by me raw me who cry. Ma settle down kakra so that I can have the rest of the evening to myself, and you also can have the rest of the evening to yourself. Wisdom, Proverbs 25 talks about wise speech and self-control. Okay, the main theme running across or running through the chapter 25, the power of our words, which we've actually treated here before, in some of the previous chapters. The power of our words, Bible may say, life and death lies in our tongue. And the words, our words carry a lot of power, whether we are speaking blessings into our lives or into somebody else's life, or we are speaking things that are not so good, things that are not so kind, that are not, like almost like curses into other people's lives, or into our own lives, that they also carry a lot of power. The good news is that when it comes to people speaking negativity into your life, then we have Isaiah 54, I believe it's Isaiah 54:7, right? No weapon formed against me shall prosper, and every tongue that rises up against me in judgment, you have the power to condemn it. And that is your heritage as a child of God. And you can take it like a daily dose. I say wako doctor na wama wedro se fanana pa area any enumere. We Isaiah 54, 54:7, I believe it is. Yeah. And the power story, I know wafa area, no wafa enumere, no wafa, and I joke da wafa, no weapon formed against me, sir. And yes, sir, why you careful, nipa enumun negativity. And some especially any social media near the one you careful nipa episode or numun I say would near my be so your job as a child of God is to use the word of God to counter any negativity, any negative arrows that are being shot your way. Because you see, before people speak negativity into your life, they would have conceived it in their spirit. It's already taking place in the spirit realm. You don't wait to hear it before you condemn it. You can even go ahead and condemn in advance. Hence, we have to get in the habit of reciting or verbalizing, some of these scriptures as many times as we can in the course of every single day. Until we do understand that our words carry a lot of power. And then it also talks about the chapter, almost all the chapters, and the majority of the chapters we've done so far talks about humility as well as restraining ourselves from, evil doing. Main verses here we're going to look at tonight, 11, a word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in a setting of silver. I suppose say no a self-explanatory. Say ensema efri no mo ba no say ensem papa. It is apples of gold in a silver setting. Intino ensem papa and ye kafa ye ho a the good results and edi bebre yen edi niema papa niema efe, the manifestations of it, ebeye niema papa. Hence, it is very, very important that we are able to speak greatness into our own lives. You don't wait for somebody else to speak greatness into your life. You should be able to speak greatness into your life. If somebody else does the same, it is an added bonus for you. But at the end of the day, it is your life. You should be able to wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror, and declare that you are the best thing God ever created. To say, for example, you look at yourself in the mirror, I am the most beautiful woman on the planet. I am the most powerful woman. You can speak whatever you want to say. Speak greatness into your life. Obiancho, you can be as delusional as you want when you're speaking greatness into your life. And it's just a matter of time. Debbie, my name is husband Kase. What Joseph Crosby Pachomichia, good evening. Or say hello, Marie. Thank you for these studies. All my preaching this month is from your teaching. Oh, are you a pastor? Oh, wow. I say thank you. Thank you, my brother. I didn't know you were a preacher. Thanks for being here. Debbie, my name is husband Kase. Whether you agree with statement, maybe make or not, this is just my opinion or my conviction. My name is share. But mopa oh, you're a pastor. I didn't know that. Wow. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. And thanks for seeing something good in me. Also, utmi DB sorry. Thank you so much for the feedback. I appreciate it. I really, really, really do. Thank you. Debbie, my name is husband Kase. One of the things that we believe has made President Donald Trump who he is today, whether you agree with President Trump or not, the fact that Papa no is so sebi President Trump maybe do what the out here fache me na me America dey me pe hopa me banti be my eyes for me chase me Mr. But I believe say President Trump or is so delusional to the point that it has worked for him. So for Crosby men some patro asema making so when me nya adwene a tro na when me ya adwene so amami. Personally, I think that President Trump or you're delusional to the point that it has made him so successful and so powerful. And what I mean by that is the man believes in himself so much so say, or to me can sembia, and or to me ye near mebia, or to one out or say, na papa we kura dear ne but you see, or believing in who so much say, nanko bia, or ye convicted felon. 34 felonies na edane so. Now so America etumi gini di ye eto abama no second time round boom 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 boom. Sometimes that is how much we need to believe in ourselves. President Trump Yobia to Onono, everything he does is the best in the world. And I'm noticing okasa ya muntia na respectfully any dim we don't come on ye bonye se me ye President Trump ya muntie ne kasa and this is the best in the world. Ne handwriting Rebecca says is the best handwriting in the world. Bibia President Trump be ye wo ono nani so no, it is the best in the world. And a lot of people disagree with him. A lot of people, but this is how why no diabeye who he is. And Samusha, why yes, Adiana, and why getting away with it upon 34 felonies now to me by a president. Second time around. Nanke hifa kroso, and obi to me so bold. So to me catch the reasting in us, and also to me was it Denmark or so? Was it Denmark or Norway president? And or Tron recently catch it and they say, one for Nobel Peace Prize now, mommy. And say, I'm gonna forget about peace. Or you're so bold, say, where to me Abba set up, like we're changing a you to now, like he's the only one who has a secretary of Entoba, whereas the rest of the world sees it as so politically incorrect, you know. President Trump doesn't care why yes will be to me. That is the level of self-belief. Sometimes to the a brute delusion, but abuano may can't say you looking at yourself, or say for example in social media your way. You can wake up in the morning and come and write on social media that you are the most beautiful woman in the world. You are the most powerful woman in the world. A lot of people will come and comment under your post and say, who do you think you are? You must be joking, right? You are not serious, right? All manner of enema. But you see, men feel keep believing it. Keep confessing it. Keep saying it. And obeko baby one day. Because you believe it. And when they was ye drew, and when they ye 2 years for say, men man nipa enumunsem about you and how there was a would dream who yes obebisa who say, what is God saying about me? It is a year back scripture back what me pepaye. Whose report do you believe? Me tia same be afa me ho and only question a me bisa me ho. Whose report do you believe? What is God saying about you? What is God saying about me, Maria Mwakwabuedu? What God is saying about me is what matters to me. May read what God is saying about me now. Now, what am I saying to my own self is what matters to me. What anybody else is saying about me, no matter how much I love them or don't love them, is secondary. If I love you, I receive it, praise God. I mean, sometimes you're almost, may say, Mama, me find an example. I've had sometimes you're tempted to tell them, I know, like meaning. Oh, okay, because I say, hey, why, Donald Trump, Uncle Becca, so him. Now, only my mama onka. So him said, Obeka. You see, sometimes we need to get there and not don't give two hoots about what people will say or what people will think or whatever. Believe in yourself. Even if it's to the point of delusion, go ahead. Believe in yourself. Speak greatness. Speak greatness. You can be living in a slum somewhere, but declaring that you live in the most expensive mansion in the world. But it's just a matter of time. Who believe it, who back in with action. These are all spiritual laws. It's just a matter of time. Our words carry a lot of power, and therefore you don't sit down and allow people to speak negativity into your life or allow them to bring negativity into your space. And it doesn't matter whether it's a social media. This is why I am very strict on my social media, because I'm a spirit being. And my spiritual antenna is very high. It's in the name of social media is so open, the whole world, and everybody can come in. No. I treat my social media like my home, because my spirit is in my home. The same way my spirit must be on my social media too. Let's be very careful with some of these things. That is for their problem being they can live their lives anyhow they want. But you must listen to yourself. And they say na me husband didn't come on and they can say minim bia. Okay, let me not use that example. Let's say ope aware ama uba. Yeah, let's say uba aware home pay. and you keep saying things like, oh, Eradim Pacho, mami being worried. Oh, Eradim Pacho, me bump, mami being worried, don't me be a worry, don't me be a worry. I will ban ya me bedum na worry. But a bit me about so back kushia sebi. Bear may be a, I don't want to use certain words, but you know what I mean. Bear may be a, just say, and can send fata. Wong bear may be a be disturbing a bit na bra boa be hano. Aha. But so all bomb payano, and now we are very specific with your words. Say be ready, don't me ba worry, me pe bema usro nyame, bema obone humodi wa brabom, bema washia de do echre, bema oh, you are very specific, and now be attractive. Otherwise, when you're careful, when you submit it, no, maybe I will ban send your bomb buyer for our rear and you left it to trash. And anybody, Tom, Dick, and Harry can show up. Bet me a barber wareno. Sound koya. Won't to be blaming me because you realize that you prayed for our dear buy. But one, yes, specific with the kind of person I wish share, kind of qualities I wish share, etc. And nothing that me hope he says, say, pay. Na say me to me after this Proverbs 31, after this month of January Proverbs thing, I want to give myself a bit of a break. But saying if God touches me and I'm able to do the vision board, I will teach you exactly how to be extra specific and how to build a vision board that, trust me, your desires will come to pass. And then, if you've done it before and certain things haven't happened yet in Poa, trust me, it will happen. It will happen. There are laws that govern the universe and how God does his things. It will happen. Instead, I'm hoping that we'll be able to do a vision board workshop. And if I'm able to come and do it, we'll do it step by step. So we'll discuss it. Then I'll tell you the materials to get. You get the materials. And then one day we'll put a camera in front of us and then we'll build the vision board. So please pray for me that God will grant me the grace and touch my heart to do this vision board thing. But as for now, after this month of January, I'm going to give myself a bit of a break. Yeah. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Okay. 25, 21 to 22. Or say, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. Hold on. Easy. Say, okom ede wo tamfo maneduane ni. Yemu ahe ni yebetumi aye saa de no. Say okom ede wo tamfo mano aduane eni. Now, e better na wa sori wa ko wo tamfo ho. First of all, wo tamfo say wa avoid na. E better pon wo say okom de no. Na wo as a Christian and as a believer and as a nyameba no, wa sori mpo say wo kwa koma na aduane edi. It's talking about conflict resolution. Conflict resolution. As children of God, conflicts need the beba between us and people, relationships will be strained and all that. But a happy no, how do we resolve conflicts? But my share who be social media amame who be wa Ghana for na eya e media reho makumum kakra e wa Ghana for. Oftentimes you see certain things happen on social media. You find so obi akotia obi nine so. Ebi also the na court. Ghana for bebre are very quick to go and type, don't forgive him, don't forgive her. No. Yes, don't forgive. If you forgive, I'll be very upset. I'm a believer of Yensu Nkrofo. I'm a believer of that. But a nipa no who dia why wrong. Na se obana so beka say, you know what? Me hu me mfom so. Me sre o fache me. Nti e bia wo de me akokort mpo a me sre. Ya asem free court. Me hu me mfom so. Me sre o bone fache a. So wo ye nyame ba e wo se wutumi de che. Nti sometimes when I see unforgiveness, ewo yemu as Ghanaians, I bother my spirit kakra because I wonder say, hey, 71% Christian nation pony. Woman of God, Madam Nana Church, and Pocho, good evening. But I hope they will we. No, your pastor na member na Michiobia. Thanks for being here. I am a Husadi, and it really bothers my spirit. Say, hey, 71% Christian nation, 21%. Sorry, my internet is playing up a little bit. Sorry, not internet me play up. Yeah, 91% supposedly, but people are very unforgiving within the Ghanaian society. Extremely unforgiving. And it's very concerning because then nyame somewhere. Into your way, you be maybe minim sa Kofi Kenata or so, or boy, Numbi Ghana, or say, Munyame sumumpuni. Ghanaians are very quick to say, oh, don't forgive her, don't forgive him. Hey, sana Bible nature say men forgive you. And our Bible nature how many times I was say you're forgiving. You see, forgiving somebody doesn't mean say ebia moba beye now for back. And in fact, forgiveness it is for you. It is not for the other person. It is for one kasa. And it doesn't necessarily mean say you will forget. But you see, first, me say na me no. Oh, you can forget. I can forgive, but I'll never forget. I can forgive, but I'll never forget. But me, my dream, baby, on say there be forgiving and not forgetting. Forgetting means that that's what and then it's negative. And yet, enti esa wutumi yi free mu, and I remember there be na me maame ka say nyankopon no ano bo are free. Enti say nyame na bo are free dia. Ene Awurade ma me re mfi. Me dia che. But ma me re susu mfi, because why must I keep it within me? Now no, yes sister be free or free me Christmas no. Yes sister Ndudu Fafa Ghana ni oye odi mo pa wo UK ha. Na offer me or to me for encourage me. Or say, sis, take care of your nervous system. Or say, ma who's almost say D&D social media, almost say appointment video, men feel be or sis, take care of your nervous system. Or say, yeah, you dia waye de you dia waye. Nyamisu nim nia waye. Take care of your nervous system and have a and I appreciated it so much. Now, me babe share something very personal. It might sound woo-woo in your ears, but this is what an experience I had. So last year, maybe share say me koda hospital for the first time in my adult life, apart from say me ko woman makoda hospital. For the first time, me koda hospital binya infection. Me ko A&E amba. Omo me to hospital for 5 days. And me down for 5 days, na me go through treatment. In fact, it was so bad to the point of income me surgery. But nyame yi me fi surgery no. Now one of the days, normally drips ni nyama na sisi me so me dozy off. Now me dozy off and I fell into like a trance or something. And I saw my brain. Yeah, I said trance, I say, I saw we are spirit beings. I saw for had and I saw it's like I saw my brain within me in my head. And I saw one cabinet, office cabinet, office cabinet. I won't say the yashisha files a woman. Now I say yashisha files be brain me brain. And some of them, somebody was taking them out of my head. Some of the files were being taken out of my head. I can't tell you how long it lasted for, but I saw it. Into me free hospital by, let me catch up my husband say, this is an experience I had whilst I was at the hospital. And I think, say, now that you're wired in our physical and spiritual exercises, sometimes when you catch yourself thinking negative thoughts, literally take those files. Just you can make some action. Be cracked. Say be say, oh, already be use a file if free my dream. Just take it out and discard it, because in our physical world, Yeah, fine say you fear ha yeti. Yes, many Eric, ye boxes be a emuna ye filing important documents. First, now online banking near the today you can check your bank statement and everything online. And now one more day bank statement you post it you know. Eba ni ya file it, eba ni ya file, eba ni ya file. Now I'm saying one of those boxes, Eric no say I'm going to also be pet time no what go through those filing boxes no na niema ehun hie nyina watu ni nyina twene. You know, some of our insurance documents from 1910 that we have reviewed things over the years that we are still holding on to the old documents ni esa kwa na ye nwura sana yadwene no so emutie. It say by the grace of God, if we are in a new year now and the book of Proverbs is teaching us all these things, particularly conflict resolution, relationships that are strained with people. It could be with your boss, it could be with friends, it could be with family, whatever that has, it could even be with your own spouse, your partner, whatever that has transpired. Bibia ewo wadwene mu a, you see, Emma wunya brain fog. This is why a lot of people have brain fog. They biana se wadwene resi. Ukoda na jokura untumi na adwene resi sa pemre na your spiritual exercise and remove all those files from your head. For me, this type of thinking now, and I'm who say, okay, so obiya madiana me say ma forgive ya. Then I am going to forget her. So I don't want to remember it because keeping it in me and maybe not remembering it for a period of time, but it's still being there. No, it is occupying space. It's like a filing cabinet. It is still occupying space, and I don't want it to occupy any space within my nervous system. Until Lord, take it out. Well, this again leads me to be scripture. Psalm, I believe it's Psalm 46, verse 10. Be still and know that I am God. And so in your moments of stillness, whilst you're meditating, you can do some of these spiritual exercises and ask the Lord to help you to forgive and also to forget. Because if you're not forgetting and it's still there lingering somewhere in a cabinet in your brain there, what is it doing there? What purpose is it serving there? This is why a lot of people betting a brain tumor, brain this, cancer here, cancer there. Nina a yanema yedisha yemua emwa entino mama yanya yehuajuma this year na yame moye entino 25, 21 to 22 no. When it says if your enemy is hungry, feed him. It is leading us eventually to conflict resolution. And conflict resolution, you know, would require some level of forgiveness. You accepting your fault in the matter, the other party also accepting their fault. If they don't accept their fault, them not accepting is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is you. And so, you have set yourself free. That is it. You know, and also it's something we can work on. And then 25, 28. A man without self-control is like a city broken into. And also so self-explanatory. If you don't have self-control, it's chaotic, catastrophic. You know, you chrome Ghana for brophobia mota yusu almost say emotional intelligence. I Ghana for emotional intelligence, and yeah, especially you leaders about to is when you hear Ghanaians use that word a lot. They are looking for a leader who has emotional intelligence. They are looking for a leader who is humble. They are looking for a leader who is morally proper. Now, so no citizen it would me living a life anyhow. Or no citizen it would me at your paper did their term on social media to talk for one left, right, and center to try to control the two nipas so yeah, all manner of name. The same person, you know, a drew about to umbrella you could president Wagana dia or president or yes, sure about four. There be our presidents, our leaders must be a reflection of us. Our leaders cannot be far removed from who we are as a people. At the moment, we share the character and the nature of our president, our sitting president now, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama. ne demeanor, ne character, ne nature, everything about him is so far removed from millions of Ghanaians. Millions of Ghanaians. Yeshubai is nowhere near President Mahama. But how can we, majority of us now, begin to emulate some type of nature, no, some type of character, no, you know, so that obi hu ye president ewa kwento mochina ye say a world-renowned streamer bi. Yes, a friend I show speed. He's doing a tour across Africa. Or China Yamepa, yes, or Bagana. You know, we welcome him. You move him, you knew on the ground, but you be shared, you be kosubia, so you the baba to your social media na you know you promote you Chrome Ghana. Your man akwaba, your man obake, e Ghana, and we hope say you know more Ghana na you penny for mobile man near J. Because video baby, the whole world will be watching. This is somebody who's followed by almost about 50 million people. Mena maintain that and run kwana me tell you come for the first time. Anyway, I'm sharing videos kakra. And you see, when people come like that now, when they see our president, they must see a reflection of who our president is, in all of us generally as a society. Enti mamu ma yen fake. Ya mamu ma yen fake. Said Subino, you see, it must cut across. It must cut across. If the president is yes, so your president, you're humble, your president, you're soft spoken, your president is this is why you must believe, say, in Nipa Sasa. MPP mo komo primaries me to be after mo kakra bi ti primaries na mo kono mo nwene niema bi no mo hu ye na mo nto abapa go nipa sesa nyame sesa nipa nyame sesa nipa yeah it drew politics e bere so ye beba ho but nipa sesa ti mamu holdi obi past Ghana for no so ya de bi asade no may God deliver Ghanaians from Sadia no Ghana for we like to use a nipa past against nipa no too much and yet Ghanaians ye pesade no you see politicians are politicians, yes. Politicians make a lot of mistakes, yes. But at the end of the day, politicians are human beings. It is just as respectfully, oya bonea, you believe say a drew baby a wasasa, wa beye a body fofro, and you wouldn't want your past to be used against you, no. Aya mama yensu en yusu nipa past against nipa no, because nipa no osesa uhu yen fancy her. And that's about it, really. Self-control. Let's learn to control ourselves. Self-control, nye ebia ye kasa ye bufuo ana yinko. Self-control, ene bema wonkofa enurobone. Self-control, ene bema unko didi bebre. Obu wa comfort eating. The slightest disturbance kakra wane life mupe no we reaching out for adriane, everything and onoshone no. Self-control. Say, I will say, we get after 6 and after 7, undi DBMA discipline, self-control, ne mendidi, and kofa the last bite of something, and fan koshewenum. Self-control, it be a one more pens, alcohol near it. So it cuts across in Yema Bibre. Self-control cuts across in Yema Bibre. And then let's learn to be kind to ourselves and to our enemies, as difficult and as tough as it might sound. To us, it's easy. To our enemies, but we ask for grace. We ask for God's grace because He forgives us daily. I'm not Jesus and the disciples. And one day they stopped. They said, "Master, teach us how to pray." And in the Lord's Prayer, forgive us our trespasses as we also forgive. That is why when I hear Ghanaians often promoting unforgiveness, even in our politics, we are very unforgiving. And Amike, we will hold your past. We will hold you in bondage, in shackles to your past. To share MPP primary CABA. Ya kochichi honorable Kennedy Japan videos from 1910. Ni mistakes so ye nyinara. Nti never mind the campaign na waye. Never mind their watcher also between me as president. And so you are watching United States of America. Somebody had 34 felonies. Americans looked at the obetumi ayama womo and womo koto abamano. The same way Dr. Bawomi also so ya funny videos in na from 1910. Womo kofaba ye bo. And so ye nyina ye nim so say when it comes to Dr. Bawumia, yen to me soon yina onyankopon ani mu nhwe nyame ani mu nka nche nyankopon se papa sebe ono na bo Ghana from complete or Akufo. Therefore, mo amokoto aba Saturday, you must go in with logic. You must go in with logic and ask God for discernment. Say nyankopon sa o mine na da wakoma so a so o mine na wo pese wo hu ni yie dia. Na enye say bi agoro bi because o de bibia ye joke ma mokosa na o jo 400 Ghana bi menima here Saturday ye beche chama mo say ye wa haye nyina ye twen ya vote buying ye be koso ne ade. Oh, but so with the greatest of respect, who delegate no or mine said your mind be kon anim and da wo so a you will weigh the options in Nepal. That is why they spend time to come around, travel the whole entire country across the length and breadth of the country. All 5 of them have traveled. You cannot reduce at the end of the day, reduce Nina to maybe 100 cities, 200 cities, or obi huefe, obi pentoka, obi tise, obi na obi kokan we fa obi ho, and na me buefu into me kochua ba mawe. Then the rest of yen Ghana for then we have to suffer at who because of who decision. Because at the end of the day, no, ni amumu delegates muko yaba no. Any dia enyankopon pa NDC delegates so be yaba no. Enipa ne mienu ba ko na be president God willing 2028. E baba be hwe yen 33 million ni nyina so. Oh, it's a more make it decision as delegates. It is a privilege to be a delegate. And your joke, because you're making a decision for yourself, for the rest of us, and for the generations to come. Oh, and this is why we encourage people, listen, look at the issues, and let's be very mindful of that. Another thing, so say, Damakuma so say was maker polls near the polls and ramene yenua bema Mr. Musa Dankwa di nkomo polls de President Mahama election no polls and share any bibia. But I'm also here to tell you, say polls it means even in the UK here, in the United States of America, everywhere. Therefore, monko into the election no logically. Go into the elections with your head. Go into the pray about it. We delegator and yan someone this week in Accra. I said which me ye fasting. Why don't you 2 days, 3 days because I 1 day. Fa konya me nim maninya clear mouth. Me radin yincho and very clear to you. Nya wokwa to abama no. Then yes, we could reduce what no to said you make 100 cities, 200 cities, 300 cities. Ubedi ebesa. Then what? And we wish both sides all the best. Our job is to sit back and observe and pray for the new patriotic party. Asa, we wish everybody all the best. Okay, so let us learn not to hold people's past against them. We are Dr. Bawumia supporter. You are not. It is not your job to hold Honorable Kennedy Japan bondage to his past. His past is his past. His past does not define his future. The same way your past does not define your future. Likewise for Dr. Bawumia, Dr. Bawumia's past does not define his future. You're going into the election, God willing, on Saturday. Go with the greatest of respect, as a very level-headed person, delegate, not because of money or position or your promise or whatever. Go in, say, oh, drone benefit and nipa say that you be president or obetumi di abrɛ na odi abrɛ or mine no odi abrɛ generations to come. And one thing you need to understand, Mona, especially Mona ya mobo Honorable Kennedy Japan old videos, I'm not saying this because me honorable asema and I say, but I'm saying this as somebody who's come into elections before, done campaigns, social media, etc., and how I think all these things impact the country. Mona mobo Honorable Kennedy Japan old videos ni ade no. Say bia we didi matem why you say or you say. But is it not, in fact, we've seen majority of women campaigning for him. Therefore, that should not be an excuse for you. It shouldn't be a reason for you to say, oh, didi e matemunti. No. That you see, broni bia ni wa me de bia ntina ya na me de ba broni bia ni wa wo baby san so koto aba maka say, oh, once upon a time na anu bi dada bi obi didi e matemunti no. Ana odi oba bia temunti. For that reason, several years later, me nto aba ma no. Really? Until never mind the nipa ne betumi aye wo man no. Nto aba ma no. The same with Dr. Bawumia. Never mind say once upon a time be Dr. Bawumia full platform. E can say sebe womu si toilets inti fa hin e kosi hin. Enunti no ene fast forward several years later. U begina sa video no so nko anu waka say enunti wonto aba ma Dr. Bawumia. No. Yenya ne sa. Into go into the election, whether you're going to vote for Honorable Ken or you are going to vote for Dr. Bawumia, or you're going to go based on omoba around and somehow because whatever omobeka chremo around you omoba ye message bia omode ba say ye ko Israel ko empire or whatever, it is out of sir and eventually omode build a manifesto whoever becomes flag bearer. The same with the NDC so. The same with the NDC. So we must come out of our habit now. We hold people so much to their past. People change, people grow, and sometimes it is genuine. And you're beyond or shedder. Me, I'm looking at Dr. Bawumia now, and I'm seeing so much growth. And I'm not afraid to say it. I'm seeing so much growth. Even though your opinion, I'm not talking growth in terms of age or anything, but even politically, from a few years ago to now, I'm seeing somebody who also or no show maybe because Ghana for onim adekunta yebu fu no say the same with Honorable Kennedy Japan, the same with Brian Champon, the same with MPP Pennyfo, or now they are beginning to understand adekunta Ghana before ebu fu now no meeting a senior marking or adiana seno. I could tell, say now, they bar last year or more bar opposition move frono. Our senior we saw last year, 2025 versus our senior we are seeing at least January 2026. So I feel no one near might begin to sink in. We are best go into it. Not with old tape here, old tape. It's so annoying when I see those things for me. We are who can genuinely challenge President Mahamad's record with the economy in 2028. Out of flag bearers, 5 flag bearer hopefuls, 5, who genuinely can compete and challenge President Mahamad's record. And now we've listened to President Mahama. Sebi, or say Onwankasa, he thought to say now Uncle Bet me debate 2 years and economy in the best started say 10 years around. A shocking say a happen in 1 year. Me see a video, somebody me can say this is why God says we should not lean on our own understanding. Now, if President Mahama has been able to do this in 1 year, only God knows what he's going to do the rest of this year, in the next 3 years to come. Now, who out of the 5 people can beat that record potentially through their manifesto? Because manifesto ni ebeji na so dia to Obama, who can beat that record? President Mahama is going to create jobs. He is going to reduce unemployment. Who out of the 5 can beat that record through their manifesto in 2020? This is how we need to think. We're thinking about the economy. We're thinking about jobs. We're thinking about inflation. President Mahama is just say, wakantam say IMF da. Who can challenge that record in 2028 from the MPP? This is how, respectfully, so we a delegate, in my humble opinion, this is how you need to think. And not will be tape. Will be can say. And will be called president. I mean, we are hearing all manner of ridiculous things, and will be called President Mahama. You people don't get President Mahama involved in Adena Mubabe. Leave President Mahama out of it. Until got 2 MPP. Regional chairman be not in idea national work cancer bobo and will be President Mahama no say leave President Mahama out of it. Leave President Mahama out of it. Na monkoya mo election. Na wisdom tini ye Proverbs wisdom and guide them. Na munyi nipa mufu say obetumi asesa Ghana and isuso be yene de na fe yakopem su 2028 and I don't know. Okay, I didn't expect to do this, but I bet yeah. All right. Yenya affirmations. I am dedicated, focused, and ready to succeed in my career or business plans. Every day, I am becoming healthier and more balanced. I attract love, kindness, and understanding into all of my relationships. We thank God for tonight, and we thank God for giving us the grace to do this. And like I said, Saturday, about 10 o'clock. Yes, sister. So for Mami, Nana Checha will be here with us. I'm hoping that the 2 other speakers, our mobile sister Daisy from the other time, and Miss Ado, Susan Ado, and so between me joining on Saturday. Saturday is the virtuous woman. It is Saturday, dear. You become a ma who has Ghana, ya the bag Ghana for a ma 52%. Ya dorsal. Tino, I was say ye koswana, ye developing your home. Thank you so much for being here. God bless everybody and good night. Sleep tight. Bye bye.